Have y'all ever wondered what it looks like for two pro players to fight each other? Well, now you don't have to. For a low price of $9.99, you can now watch. So I'm going to be showing you guys some of my replays from fighting top ladder players. And of course, we're using the holy grail of all decks, Lumberloon. So the first dude we fought was Bisle. He was running some kind of giant Prince Evo Wizard deck, which actually don't think I've ever seen these group of cards put together. But my first play was Baby Dragon Balloon, because the dragon pushes the balloon forward, and also because if he doesn't do anything, the Dagger Duchess is just going to completely fumble him. So he puts Giant after that because he has nothing really else he can do, but he doesn't know I'm a cracked god, so I have Inferno Dragon, so I thought, until he zaps it. But it's okay because I think he got only 2 shots. Yup, 2 shots. So I just skipped ahead a little bit because he defended the Barbarian and the Inferno Dragon with the Mega Minion. However, I reset again with a Baby Dragon in the back. And then I go to the same kind of play, but I put Balloon slightly later to see if he'd preemptively put something, because then I can just Balloon on the left. But he did, and I knew he had Evil Wizard, so I was seeing if he had another air defense like Bats or something, or if he did put Evil Wizard, I was gonna kill it, which I just did with the arrows. And that was my whole purpose with that play. And then again, same kind of defense. I knew he was gonna zap it as well, but kind of had to take the damage right there. So again, for the 3rd time, I put Baby Dragon in the back. He defended with the Mega Minion, but I put Baby Dragon so it could kill the Mega Minion, and then also same play. And the reason I did the same play with this time is just because I thought he didn't have it in cycle, the wizard, but he did, so he could have done that. However, he lightnings really late, so the Baby Dragon takes all the shots and the balloon ends up getting the tower, and then the Prince you can just defend bowler with. So at this point, he's trying to build up his own push, because if he doesn't, he's just gonna lose the match. So he Giants, Wizards, Mega Minions, and all I do is just double Dragon with this and Tornado, and it basically cleans everything up. However, I think he Lightning, yeah. So I don't know what I did there, if I just left it or not. I guess I just left it. But then I actually Lumberjack the Bomber, because he's not gonna get all that sneaky damage on me, because I'm the GOAT. And then he Princes, same play again, just bowler it, but bowler next to the tower, because if you put it like to the left in the middle, the bowler will not kill it in time, and because it has like a 1-second charge, it will charge at your tower, and then you just got a bunch of damage for no reason. So we won that match, obviously, and the dude's stats 3-3-4-9 finished, which is pretty good. And let's move on to the next match. So we're against Paolo 11. My fault, the Hispanic came out, and the badges he has are actually really good. I didn't see all of them entirely. I think I only saw the 24, which whether that was on the left or right, and then I saw the one complete opposite side of that, so I didn't see the middle. So he starts off with a Hogs and Ice Spirit. I Barbarian Barrel his Ice Spirit so it doesn't freeze my bowler, because I know it's what I'm gonna put down. And obviously by this point I was able to tell it was Queen, Hog, like all those cards. I knew every card he had. However, the thing about him that was actually very different, that was surprising me, is that he didn't use his Queen at all unless he needed to, which was throwing me off a lot, because I've never actually fought anybody that was playing like that with this kind of deck. So props to him, because that was obviously the main thing I was waiting for him to do, so I can actually go in with the push, since I knew he had Queen. And I just Tornado his Hogs to the left, so to minimize damage on the tower, and then to obviously activate King Tower for later on. And I just skipped ahead again right here because nothing too eventful was going on, but he goes again for the push. This time I thought bowler was actually gonna take out the Ice Spirit, but it wasn't aimed correctly, so it didn't. But then here he hasn't used his Queen up to this point, so I just knew I kind of had to go in at a certain point or he's not gonna use it at all. So I balloon here to the left so the cannon doesn't pull it. Then I think he puts the Queen top left. Yeah, he does. He doesn't activate the ability, which I'm pretty sure if he would have, the balloon wouldn't have got a shot. So I feel like that was a little bit of a downfall on him. But then I Inferno this, he activates it right there, so she stays alive. And then all I do is Barbarian Barrel, and then with the help of my tower, it dies. So then he goes Hogs with Skeletons. Honestly, I prioritized more the left because it scared me. And the Baby Dragon right there, I thought wasn't going to kill that one skeleton in the front, so I got scared and ended up arrowsing it. And the right side, I didn't really do much on because more of the damage was on my left, and the King Tower was there, so it was going to help me out. Then I was actually going to set up for a push on this one, but then he queens in the front, so I can't push now. So I just start setting up in the back because I know at a certain point, he's just like he did right there, he's going to go in with hogs. So the hogs don't end up getting too much damage. He activates the queen ability, so then I inferno on top of that so it dies and doesn't touch my tower. And I lumberjack to the right of it to apply pressure. I was seeing if he would prioritize defending it, because if he did, then I would have ballooned with it. And then here, barbarian barrel and tornadoed. However, I took more damage than I would have liked, so I tried to compensate it with going balloon. He missed the cannon again. I think he pops the ability. He does not. That time he did not need to, so it's fine. But I'm pretty sure if he would have, it wouldn't have got death bomb, which would have helped him out a lot, because death bomb, I believe, is slightly over 300 damage, which is a good chunk. Obviously defend the left because that's where the queen's at. The right side, just barbarian barreled it, had to arrow the queen, or else she would have done more damage to my bowler than I would have liked. And just like right here, I kind of wanted to end up pushing with it. Again, he misses it, and I believe I tornadoed the queen here because I knew for a fact that this time he was gonna pop the ability with it. And I can tell by how he's fighting and how the match has been going, I knew for a fact that I was gonna need that extra damage in the future. And then I bowler to the right and barbarian barrel, because now just doing bowler is not going to cut it, because once again, how he's playing, I know this match could change at any moment. Minimizing damage as much as I can. Had to arrows that. The bowler's on the right, but he doesn't need to worry about that. It's not going to do that much damage. He ends up hogs. I think I tornado this and barbarian barrel. I just tornado it. Okay, I just tornado it. Barbarian on the right, even though I didn't really need to. So that low-key was a play on my part. I did not need to do that, but it's okay. Here I balloon with the two troops because they're decently healthy, except for the bowler, but still that's gonna apply pressure. And once again, at this point in the match, damage is counting by everything. Just like 10 damage can make or break this match. So I balloon with it. Sadly, it kind of came out in vain because I didn't get anything from it except the arrows that I did. But now, as soon as he cycled that earthquake, I knew immediately I needed to cycle, or else this match was going to be lost from my end. So I lumberjack to apply pressure to try to hinder him from cycling. However, it didn't work entirely. So, now I just got to go at this point. So I arrows, I tornado a little bit, and that baby dragon shot would actually take in the tower. But by 44 damage, I won the match. So here I actually look at his banner because I didn't see it properly the first time. But look at this dude, bro. 18, 21, 22, 23, 24. This dude's got like yearly 20-win challenges. And then top 10, it's number 16 Royal Tournament finish. And then 128, best finish. But let's go ahead and move on to the next match. This match, we were against the MF and Ice Cream Man. You know how much stress that dude caused me when I was younger? At the apartment I had at the time, going to my mom, hearing the music, begging her for $2, trying to run out just to not miss it. But it's okay, we made it every time. Now, this match actually was not against a pro player. The next match after this one is another match against a pro player. However, this match to me is just a memorable match. Reason being, I've never defended firecrackers so hard in my life. Now, this dude was playing something similar to the first guy, I believe, the Prince Giant, except just Dark Prince with it instead. And then he had Musketeer instead of Place for the Wizard. Now, this deck is actually a 2.9 Lumberloon deck that I was actually showcasing last video. However, most people in the comments were asking me to showcase this deck a little bit more because the editing style on that video was a little fast. So his first push was Giant with Musketeer and Dark Prince and all those cards. And basically, as you saw, all I did to defend it was mainly Inferno Dragon and then a bunch of cheap cards. And then the reason I went balloon to the left right there was because he already went Musketeer and then he went Mega Minion to defend my Inferno Dragon. So in my mind, I thought there was no way that this dude has some kind of other air defense. But, I always get paired with the wackest decks. And then right there, I tried to predict, which I did predict, his Dark Prince so he didn't activate King Tower. However, I predicted it late and still resulting in his King Tower. So he begins to set up another push in the back, starting with Giant. And I know y'all see the treacherous, diabolical play I'm about to do. So I put Firecracker and then I put Lumberjack in front. So he has no way of stopping it without some kind of spell, which then I found out he had arrows. And I was going to actually tornado it back if he didn't have anything to stop it. But like I said, he did. And this, I actually tornado close to my Inferno Dragon since it's in the rage. I knew it was going to kill it faster. And for some reason, because this whack deck, I had a feeling that this dude, for some reason, was going to defend a Musketeer. Now, I thought it was going to be Mega Minion 100%. However, it turned out to be the Inferno Dragon. But either way, it killed it. Then here, again, I'm defending, or I'm keeping the Firecracker alive, and I tornado everything back, kills everything, and just a bunch of chip on the tower. So he starts up another push by going Giant in the back, and here I actually go Balloon, since I thought he was one cycle away from Inferno, but I knew he had Mega Minion, and I knew Firecracker would do a decent job chipping it. However, this was one of the last times that I used Balloon in this match, because I knew from this point on, with everything he had, all of a sudden he had a building as well. I knew I wouldn't be able to do anything with Balloon. So from this point on, Firecracker became my main source of damage when it came to, touching the tower and, slight tornadoes here and there. So there, I just tornado everything. Evil Firecracker was there, so I was able to use it to kill everything a lot faster. There, I was actually going to try to defend it. However, he arrows it, so I couldn't do anything there. Here I go Lumberloon, since he went Giant in the back. And my whole purpose for this push with Lumberloon was not to actually have the Balloon test the tower, but to line up my Firecracker. Because I felt like he wasn't going to use Musketeer. I felt like he was going to use either Inferno Dragon or Mega Minion to defend my Balloon, which I was correct. And so I knew I would be able to actually tornado that all towards the tower and get damage like that. So here he actually decides to leak for a decent amount of time, which I was able to feel that he was leaking for a little bit. So I thought he gave up, and I was going to try to defend my Firecracker so I can just push with it and win the game. However, he ends up doing something after a little bit. Then he Infernos. However, I think he was trying to actually Inferno my Firecracker and not it touched the Balloon yet. However, he messed it up slightly. And then he puts some stuff down to kill it. He kills my Firecracker after I defended a bunch. And then immediately right back to it, I have another Firecracker. And then here, I Lumberjack in front, obviously to defend. I tried to predict something right there with the tornado, but didn't work. Here, I just keep defending it, so he has to respond to it. He can't do anything. And at this point, he just kind of realizes that, and I win the match. Again, just because it's tradition at this point in this video, here are his stats. It's nothing crazy. I just thought the match was memorable. Now on to the next match. Now this match we're against Big Man Bur, and originally throughout the next 3 cards he placed, I thought this match was going to be against 3M, which I don't mind at all really with this deck that I have. But it's because he places Skeletons, which, can just be a filler card for a bunch of decks. Then he puts Phoenix, and because he puts Phoenix, I decided to put Balloon. Again, I'm not expecting anything to happen with the Balloon. The first Balloon, especially when I play a Balloon, especially when it's naked, I usually just try to see what kind of air card he has to defend it. And if not any air card, then I just have, free damage from the Balloon. But then the Hunter makes me, confirm it more in my head that it's 3M, and then I try to defend his Royal Giant as swift as I can with the cards that I did have. We got, I believe, 2 shots from it. But then here I actually arrow his Fisherman so it dies faster, so my dude, my Lumberjack can get some chip on the tower. And I'm not gonna lie, I was not paying attention for the first half of this match. I think I was watching something. So at certain points in the match, I was just not paying attention. So he was playing cards that I basically should have remembered that he had, and I just didn't remember that he had. But there, I was actually leaking for a second because I wanted to see what he would do, because I did know that he had air defense for my cards. So I couldn't just go Balloon or else he would die. And I actually didn't think he was going to push with that one Phoenix. Don't entirely know as to why he did, because I don't think it was a good push necessarily. But because of the fact that I messed up, he got damage from it. I meant to put the Electro Spirit to the left so it goes on the Baby Dragon. However, with my Tornado, I pushed it too far left, and then the Inferno, lost track of it. There, I went Balloon, just because I could. And I was trying to kill the Hunter faster. I thought the arrows were going to kill it. However, it dies either way at the end, so it didn't really matter too much. Then here he pushes with Royal Giant, and I Inferno late so it doesn't go onto the Inferno Dragon. Even though, as I think of it, the deployment time probably would have canceled it out, so it wouldn't have mattered. But it got 3 shots, which I did not want to happen. Definitely, I only wanted 2 shots max, but it is what it is. Keep it pushing. And then here I tornado the Phoenix closer so it dies, because I don't want to try to push up anything with that. And at this point, I actually was paying attention to something else. So I think I was watching whatever I was watching. So I didn't know what actually killed my push right there. And I looked back down and I was baffled, because all of a sudden, both my cards that have good health on them are just gone. And there's like nothing on the board. Nothing got played. But right here, I knew he wanted to push as soon as he put the fisherman down. So that's why I put bowler next to the baby dragon, so he couldn't. And then I inferno to get rid of that phoenix, because I wanted to push with it. And then at this point is when I actually saw what he used to defend my last push. I connected the dots. And he had to put 100 to the left. However, it still ended up dying. And then my balloon got death bomb, which, I'm sure Mans did not want. But he's still in the lead, so for him, he's still good. So as soon as he put the Phoenix in the back, I realized, he wanted to push with it. That's why I put Bowler back there behind my tower so it can defend. And then I put Inferno, but as soon as I put Inferno, like, it's obvious I knew he was gonna lightning that. So that's why I decided to tornado it back instead of leaving everything, so the damage is as minimized as possible. Now with my bowler, I actually decided to push because I was able to put my balloon right on top of the bowler, which means if he wanted to hunter or phoenix or something, they would target the bowler first and not the balloon first, which means it would have got a shot. So he would have had to done something else to get the bowler out of that way, which he did. He fisherman and he got king tower with it, but it's fine. Here I figured he was gonna fisherman, so I tornado everything close. However, it still pulled it in, but it got no shots, so everything worked out fine for me. I did not expect that lightning from him, and this lightning is what fumbled him the game. I don't know why he lightning that. I'm not gonna lie, it was not the best lightning of his career. But as soon as he lightning that, I knew that was it for him, because now he just spent a bunch of elixir. He just overcommitted, and because of that, I won the game. Here are his stats. He has a 3.952 finish, and it was a good game, so well played, Burke. So not talking about math, but this video is definitely a big derivative to what I normally post. Usually my videos are a lot more cut up and comedy filled. However, if you guys did enjoy this style of video more, just let me know in the comments and I'll keep making them. Stay safe, kids.